Hey everyone, I don't know how many of these videos I've made, but the American Battlefield Trust has yet more opportunities to preserve hallowed ground in multiple areas of Virginia. And let me start with this sort of black hole. A lot of people figure that after the Battle of Gettysburg, nothing happened for the rest of that year and until the following spring, till the Battle of the Wilderness. And in fact, there are two pretty major campaigns going on in the fall of 1863. One in October, that's Bristoe or Bristoe Station campaign. One in November, that's Mine Run. I'm going to talk about the first one before we move on to our other opportunity, and I'm going to focus on Bristoe Station here. This is October of 1863. We're talking about a lot happening here. This is when Robert E. Lee sends a portion of his army under Longstreet out toward Chickamauga. In the meantime, Lee is looking for an advantage after his Gettysburg loss, wants to pounce upon a portion of the Union Army if he can even the odds. Both armies have been re-strengthened, and Lee works his way around sort of Meade's flank around Culpeper, and Meade falls back towards Centerville where he can really use all the defenses there. In the meantime, Lee was trying to catch one of the pieces while they moved back, and they thought they did. The 2nd Corps under Gouverneur Kemble Warren is at Bristoe Station. The 5th Corps wasn't as close as they were supposed to be, and A.P. Hill, who was more likely to take advantage of an opportunity than anybody else, planned for about 10 minutes and launched an attack, okay? This attack was supposed to have some nuance to it, but it sort of spun out of his control, and his troops ended up attacking, a powerfully and experienced 2nd Corps force along a railroad embankment, okay? Imagine, people just lined up on an embankment like what you see behind me here, okay? It then spun out of control where the Confederates are attacking more and more and really looking for the flank, but that fails. There's some miscommunications, and ultimately, there's a lot more to this battle of Bristoe Station. In fact, it had seen a previous battle called Kettle Run the previous year. There's a lot more to it, and you can learn all about this at the Bristoe Station Battlefield Heritage Park. It's a Prince William County park. They do a nice job there interpreting both battles there. What I want to say about this is that there's a lot of nuance to this battle I'm not going to get into, but after seeing the terrible result of this battle, Hill was sort of excusing himself and apologizing, and Lee cut him off and said, that'll be enough. He said, let us bury these poor men and never speak again about it, okay, or say no more about it. Lee regretted that this was ever done, but that's just what he wanted in a commander like A.P. Hill, to seize those advantages. And it's not, unique just to the Confederates here. And I'm not going to tell the whole story, but I think that at the Battle of Cold Harbor the following year, we're talking about June 3rd, 1864, U.S. Grant could see Richmond practically. He could see if he could break through the Confederates at Cold Harbor, he could win the Civil War, maybe end this thing. And he launched multiple assaults, one of which he really regretted, and he wrote about this. So we've got threats to our properties. You've got commanders with regrets, and we don't want to regret losing these properties at Bristoe Station and at Cold Harbor. All the details about the land and the maps that you could see, what land we have the opportunity to save. At both these places, we haven't always been victorious. We don't want to miss this opportunity. We appreciate anything you can do to get involved with battlefield preservation and, of course, education.
Hello, this is Trace Atkins. Get inspired at battlefields.org.